Let's talk bottles and all the bottles you could get for free and which one my baby preferred. If you're pumping or getting a free breast pump from your insurance, I had the Spectra pump. I believe it's a Spectra 1. It came with these bottles. And actually, when I first seen these bottles compared to all the other bottles I'm going to show you before I was a mom and knew anything about this, I did not think anything of these bottles. I did not think that we were going to really use them. I thought that this seemed really hard on the top. And I just thought they seemed almost like a doll bottle and didn't think anything of them. When I ended up finally using them, my daughter takes them very well. They have a really good flow level, and she has used them since the very beginning, her first month of life, and she'll still take them today. Dr. Brown's. I got 4 of these bottles as free samples, so I definitely wanted to try them. Also, I see influencers using these bottles all of the time. This is specifically the anti-colic bottle, and all of the bottles that I was given in free registry bags and whatnot were this exact anti-colic bottle. As far as colic goes, my baby didn't have it, so is it because of the bottles? I don't know. But as far as the bottle goes and the nipple flow and all of that, pretty good. She takes these kind of okay, like definitely not our favorite bottle. One thing I will say about this bottle compared to all the other bottles is this one I think is one that is most likely to leak out of this part. Like if this was accidentally upside down in my diaper bag, it might fill up the lid with milk. Other bottles will leak from here, but this one's pretty good in that regard. And like I said, she'll take it easy enough, but it's definitely not our preference. If she is being picky and fussy and having bottle preference, she's not gonna take this bottle. There's ebbs and flows of that. I use all the bottles that I have because I don't feel like getting rid of certain bottles and then just filling my cupboard with all the same bottle when I already have bottles. So sometimes she doesn't really prefer a bottle, but I continue to try to give it to her and she will get over that. And yeah, we use all of our bottles all the time. There was probably maybe like 2 to 3 weeks where she was really preferencing a couple bottles, probably about like in the 2-month range, but we still use all of these bottles. When I got this bottle in one of my free registry boxes, I was really excited. It is plastic on the outside and glass on the inside so that you have the benefits of both. Like it's super lightweight, you could throw this and it's not going to break, it's not going to shatter. But the inside isn't supposed to hold any odors and it's supposed to have like all of the benefits of a glass bottle in that regard. My problem with this bottle is my baby will take this bottle, but she does sometimes struggle to get milk out of it because, especially as she's getting older, and I probably do just have to up the flow level if I wanted to really keep using this bottle, is she will just bite the end and then not get anything out because of the way it's a little bit flatter here. But because it is flatter here, when she was younger, she would take this bottle fairly easily because her preferred bottles have a flatter nipple on them. So in that regard, it's not her favorite. Really don't use this bottle anymore, actually. The Ma'am. The Ma'am is possibly my favorite bottle because it is so easy to clean. It comes apart so amazing. Like every piece, like there's no bottom to it, so you can just really get in and clean this so well. And she takes it super duper well. It's probably one of her favorite bottles. This is tied with one other bottle as far as like how easily she will take it, and it's because both of the nipples are really flat. We've never had a problem feeding her with this bottle, so if she's ever being fussy, this is the one that we grab. And one of the reasons I think that she loves this bottle so much is it also matches their pacifier, and that's her preferred pacifier, so it makes sense. On the topic of flatter nipple bottles, I got this sample bottle in a freebie box as well, and my baby absolutely loves it and has taken to it really well. She has used this bottle since day one. She's pretty much used all these bottles from day one, but this one she Immediately took 2 drinks out of it really easily. Also, when I say day 1, I actually just mean that first month that we gave her a bottle. I honestly can't tell you exactly when we gave her a bottle for the first time. It's such a blur. Anyways, she loved this one because, again, it has like the flat nipple and this really, really cool way that like it kind of like all fits in the baby's mouth. This is actually the only dirty bottle that I'm showing you right now because I didn't feel like cleaning it before I did the video, but I also have the bigger version, and these ones are the only bottles that we did buy to add to our bottle stock because she loves this bottle so much. So we have 4 of these bigger bottles that came in like a set. They're super duper affordable. But I also love how durable these bottles are. And just a fun little note on these bottles, you can actually get like a sippy cup straw type of nipple, whatever you want to call it, to add to turn this into a toddler cup from a bottle. Next, we have Phillips Advent. So we have 3 bottles here by Phillips Advent. 2 of them were free. I got 2 of these guys right here, and then this one I ended up getting on my baby registry, which worked out amazingly because the hearability and these original Phillips Advent bottle nipples are definitely our baby's favorites. She will take those 3 pretty much at any time. She's never like had bottle preference against these bottles. So that's really nice that it feels like the majority of the bottles we have she likes, because since these were also from my baby registry, we have like 5 of these glass bottles, and then we got 2 of these. And then this one is slightly different, and I'll show you how it's different. But the one thing I want to say about these free bottles that we got from the baby registry is that the nipple size on these, I think they were a size 1, because the ones that are currently on here are a 3. And since day 1 of giving our baby a bottle, when she was itty bitty, she would not be able to get the milk out of the low flow nipples for Phillips Advent. I tried even making the holes bigger because like she really wasn't getting like any milk at all, no matter what we did. We had these glass bottles in our cupboard, not planning to use them yet for when she was like 3 months up, but we ended up taking the nipple off and trying it when she was, in that first month, and she actually took it perfectly well, and we've only used the size 3 and up nipples since that time. So I don't know what was going on with that, if that's just my baby, but we could not get that to work. But I'm so glad that we actually had these bottles so that we could take advantage of these little plastic versions with the level 3 nipple instead of whatever it originally came with, because these bottles are really nice. Like, they're lightweight, they're small, she can hold them, and I mean, not in her first month, but they're just really, really, really nice, and I just love these. And I'm surprised because they're like the most simplistic bottle, I feel like. The only problem is with the glass bottles, unfortunately, which I know is what a lot of people might prefer. One, they're really heavy. So like if you're feeding at night and you're tired, like just be careful. Like don't drop a bottle on your baby's head. Because I've been there. Not that I have, but like I've caught myself like, dozing off while feeding her and worrying that like I'm gonna let go of the bottle. These are really, really, really heavy. But the main problem I have is that this part, the nipple and whatever holds the nipple, the lid, is the exact same as this one. So it's plastic. So I can actually like unscrew this and I can just swap these out. They're the exact same thing, which is amazing because I'm able to like share the parts. But because of that, we have like a lightweight plastic going onto a super thick glass. And if you're not careful, liquid can just spew out of here so easily. It's so frustrating, and it's just good to just have that in mind. Don't overly tighten this bottle, because if you overly tighten it, it's actually the same. That happens on my Spectra bottles sometimes too. If you overly tighten them, you will end up pouring milk all over your baby. So just be aware of that. But these ones, oh, these little plastic ones, I know people are trying to get away from plastic. I totally get that, but they're amazing. I like how lightweight they are. Different note. Philips Advent Anti-Colic. I loved this bottle before I had a baby. Just because I like that the colors, I like that it's cute. The nipple is a little bit different looking than all the other ones. It's still like firm like the other Philips Advent bottle, but this one's like a little bit more square. I think they're just trying to make it slightly different. I don't know. But it does have a filter in it for the anti-colic, and it's lightweight, but not as lightweight as this one. Problems with the Philips Advent anti-colic. This one is very similar to the Chico bottle, where my baby, since pretty early on, can just clip off this part by pressing too hard, and then no milk comes out. So sometimes she does struggle to drink out of this one, and when she has bottle preference, she will not drink out of this one. So this one's hit or miss, not our favorite. Now, this one is the only one that I showed you that we did not get any type of free sample for, but I did get this on my registry. I got a whole set. I got like 4 little ones, 4 big ones, and I got a bunch of different flow level sizes. And I was pretty excited about this because, again, they are the anti-colic, and I knew nothing about bottles and having a baby yet. And they had like a lot of accessories with them, and they seemed really great. Well, to be honest, this Tommy Tippy set that comes with like a warmer, comes with little handles for the bottles for when they get bigger, all these different flow levels. We have not been able to take that much advantage of it. We definitely use the bottles. The warmer we've not really needed because we don't do formula. So we don't really have to warm our bottles that often. And when we do, we have another warmer that's just way more convenient. That warmer is more like a travel warmer, but we don't warm bottles when we're like on the go. I'm just pump in a way that is very convenient for how we go. And also, our baby will take her milk like anyway. So honestly, we just don't need a travel warmer. Or at least at this point, we haven't found a reason for that. The handle situation, it's still too heavy and awkward for her to use those, so I just can't comment on that. But as far as the bottle goes, this is one of the few bottles that we did not actually use early on, because when we did try to use it in the beginning, every time it basically felt like we were flooding her with too much milk, even when we were using the lowest flow nipple. Like I said, it comes with like 3 different nipple sizes. Unlike pretty much all the other bottles, this one has a really, really flexible, soft nipple, and I feel like it's supposed to simulate being similar to the breast, but she just doesn't prefer it. She prefers, instead of like it being round and super soft, she just prefers like the flatter nipples. It doesn't matter if they're hard or soft, just flatter. And this one, like I said, it just floods out way too much milk for her. And so now that she's 6 months, we actually are starting to use these bottles like a lot more, because she's able to like control the milk better, and she literally would just be siphoning it out the side of her face. Like, I don't know if that's just us. Every baby is completely different. Your baby might absolutely love these bottles. So that's everything. That's all the bottles. And if you are interested in how you can get all of these bottles for absolutely nothing, to at least try out each of them, check out this other video, because I actually did a video on how to get all of the registry boxes that give you free samples and what comes in each box and what's worth it and not. So check it out, it's down below.